I'm looking at the sky and wonder at its beauty. So blue, so clear, so simple. It's so quiet today. My wife is saying something to me, but I can't hear a thing. She's crying. Don't be sad, my love. What's the matter? How long have I been here now? Wait, where is here? Where am I? Am I waking up from a dream? Am I falling into one? I remember now. I think I tripped on something and fell on my back. No, not tripped. There was a sharp pain in my chest, down my arm. I remember my hands looked so white, and my wife's face. Her eyes filled with terror. I've never seen her so scared. Never. Not when the war started. Not when we left Aleppo under the cover of dark, knowing full well that if we got caught, we would end up like the rest of our families, shot by the side of the road or beheaded with rusty knives. Not when we had to cross the sea in a boat that ended up sinking, or when they passed by the sad sight of this boy in orange shirt laying dead on the shore. She always braved on, looking in my eyes full of trust and hope. She never complained, not when we were wet and cold, spending the night under the tree, not when we didn't have any food for days. She always trusted me. She put her life in my hands. She always listened when I told her I would get her there. She always followed me quiet, holding onto my arm and to the promise of the better life in Germany. Oh, that's it. I remember Europe, Croatia, the holding camp. We are trying to make our way west. We got turned away at the Hungarian border. We traveled a long way around to Serbia to be sent away yet again. We got to the Croatian border where they are holding us now, behind the chain link fence, along with the thousands of other refugees that wandered this way. We spent the last 2 nights in this field, again, with no food, no water or shelter, and more are coming. My mouth is dry, and the smell here is horrible. I want to throw up. I feel weak. I want to ask her how she feels, but I don't want to scare her. We're pleading with the people in uniforms on the other side of the fence. I'm holding on to my wife's wrist as hard as I can, and she holds on to me with her hand. Behind and around us, thousands of people. A big sea of men and children and women and all people. The crowd is moving like a huge wave. Everybody is screaming. Some are crying, some praying, some are pleading, some are just screaming. There is dust everywhere. I feel it in my eyes, I feel it in my mouth. Hold on, my dear. Don't let go. We can't get separated. Not in this madness, not in this foreign land. The crowd is pushing against the fence. We are in the middle now. The wave is moving in all directions. It's getting hot. Hang on, my dear. Hang on, my brave, beautiful wife. Everybody is screaming. Broken English and Arabic, Pashto, and Dari. Do they understand English in Croatia? Do they know what we want? Do they know what we are just trying to pass through? Do they know what would happen to us? What would happen to our women if we send them back? My right hand is clutching to the fence now. Hold on to me, my dear. They are trying to push us back. In front of me, on the other side of the fence, a young man in uniform is trying to remove my hand from the fence. He's not trying too hard. His hands are shaking too. I looked at his face. He's young, 18 maybe. He's crying too. He understands. He knows. Let us pass, brother. Don't send us back. Let my wife pass. I know he can't, but I will push against the fence along with the crazed crowd of hungry, tried desperate caged animals, and he will push back lined up with all the other clean-cut, nicely groomed, well-rested, well-fed, uniformed people on the other side of the fence. I can only imagine how we would look to them, dirty and tired and incoherent with red-bulged crazy eyes. "Let us pass, brothers! Let us pass!" I yell, and that's when it happened. I clearly remember it all now. The chest pain and the white hands and my numb lips and my screaming wife and the blue sky that seemed to stretch forever. It all seemed to happen so slow. I know it couldn't have to take more than a few seconds, but it feels so unreal. And here I am now, laying on my back in a barren field in a place I didn't even heard of until a few days ago. It feels quiet and peaceful, but I'm crying inside. There's a dust in my eyes again. I can see little grains, but I can't feel them. I can't feel anything. I know I'm dying. There is dust in my eyes again. I can see the little grains, but I can't feel them. I can't feel anything. I know I'm dying. I can't die now. I can't leave her. I will take you away, my love, as I promised. I will take you to safety. But I know I can't move, and I know she can't hear me, just as I can't hear her anymore. Soon the rage is replaced by desperation, and then sadness takes over and covers me with its heavy lead blanket. I'm bargaining with God now. Forgive me, just give me a little more time. Just enough to tell her to take care of herself, what to do from now on. To encourage her. Let me just stroke her hair or touch her face one time. It's too late now for any of that. Be strong, my love. Go now. Remember all that I told you before, all that I taught you. Go. Everyone is running. Go with them. Get up and go. She's leaning over me, crying tears as big as raindrops. Forgive me, my love. Forgive me.